So I'm further down the road and I found more of his hives. And you can see them all here, all facing the same direction under the shelter here. Now the road's abandoned, makes a great spot. And he's got different ones here. I love, the ingenuity. Here he has 2 levels. So, but there are no bees. That's what's sad. So as you can see here, the dimensions of it, this is really 2 hands. This is the top, this is where the honey would be made. This is the base. He probably has a hole in the middle for them to go up. I love the fact that he hasn't built on the stones. There's a larger box here. Just pounded the wood in together, just cut it. No dimensions, no nothing, no frames, just he's got more going down the road here. But I don't see any bees whatsoever in any of them. They're all beeless. And this is, I can't remember what it's called, but this is actually edible. You can cut this off here and you can eat this, boil it. It's bamboo. So if you're hungry, you have to do something with it. It's a bit of a process, but this is a nice food source right here. So right here is the first hive that I found that has bees. I think there's a car coming. It really is just some wood put together. That's how easy it is. And I did see bees coming in and out, but it's not a very big colony because they're not very active. It's a little rainy today, but it's about the 30th hive. So 1 out of 30 is not a lot of bees. And you can see the around the entrance. You see how it's basically been chewed away? Those are hornets trying to get in there. Probably, possibly. And the bees will actually smear their fecal matter to kind of hide the markings, the scenting. The hornets will scent, and the bees will smear it with their poop. The Japanese bees are very well adapted, but not so well adapted because, ultimately, if hornets find a hive and they mark it, which, these hives are exposed, they're out there, there's quite a few of them, and I can only imagine that the reason why there was no bees is because of the giant hornets, the killer hornets. There is very little pesticides, herbicides. This water is pristine, so it can't be the chemicals that we're adding to it. Shikoku is very, very organic farming and everything else. They use very little pesticides. I've seen very little spraying and stuff here. So the only other culprit then is the giant hornets. That because of climate change, the shorter winters, the warmer weather, they're out of control. And in a place like this, full of mountains, and hornets can basically dig holes and live anywhere. Bees need a specific kind of habitat. It's a problem. And that's what I'm trying to bring aware, because in the States, there's something called giant European hornets, which are just as aggressive, just as deadly to bees. And the only reason we're not so familiar with it because America's so big. So they've had a lot of space to expand, and then what's going to happen is all of a sudden they're going to reach a critical mass, and the dwindling bees that we have are going to be hit very hard by them. That's my hypothesis, or my theory, or my, not hypothesis, whatever it is, postulation, whatever. So it's just a problem, and unless we do something about it, we're going to be in trouble. And what did I do wrong here? The road curved and I couldn't see it. It looked like it was actually going in the rice field. I was like, what the heck? I'm at a dead end, but no, I'm still driving along here. Every play should be like Shikoku. And this is what I love about it. And look what I found here. Right on the side of the road, literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, and even over here, up in there, 8. It's pretty precarious. As a beekeeper, you know, going up the side, he's probably an old man. So let's see how many of these have bees. So he even has a marking entrance. Is he telling the bees, this is how you come in? But look how, I mean, it's like 8 millimeters. It's such a small little entrance, and that's just to keep the hornets out. And just rickety, put together, just support boards around it, just with some screws in it. Here's his name and his telephone number, 0342432. And his, I don't know, that's what is that? Nusu something. Nusu, what is that? To? Nusu, the hell kanji is that? Or is that a kanji? Look, to is this way. What is this? But here's a, basically, this is kind of like the design that I have in mind for, you know, for the trees, to cut them. Cut the top. I mean, when you cut a tree down, I'd love to look in here. There's no bees in it though. Beautiful. He has them numbered 89. Again, he's saying this is the entrance. I don't know why. Right there. No bees. This has BBC on it. And they're all different sizes. Saw a hornet fly by me. I don't know if you saw that, maybe slow motion this. I think I caught him in film. And the last two here, beeless. Kind of precarious up here. I like how he has a little design, a little landing here. He left this wood here, his little landing. Obviously this had bees in it once in a while. He has a little tag on it, but nothing on it right now, but there's a little tag for numbering or something. Traditional Shikoku beehives. I've seen literally about 50 beehives and only one has had bees in it. And that's a real shame. You know, that there are so few bees. I'm trying to get down here without busting my butt. And I imagine it's an old man, but I've seen my friend Tokunaga climb like a friggin' mountain goat. So let's get back in the car and keep on our adventure. But this is what everywhere should look like. You gotta start building beehives. And hopefully you'll be the lucky one to get bees, especially with the price of honey and stuff. But my thing is, don't set up beehives for honey. Set them up for conservation. Help the bees, give them habitats. As you can see, pretty much anything can become a beehive. This guy here even built a shelter for his empty beehives. Up there, kind of cool. 2 more empty beehives. But that shows how much people love and care about bees, and we all need to be that way. And you know, pretty simple to do to make beehives. You know, only by taking the these off-road parallel, these little roads that basically were the road up to some probably 20 years ago when they built the new road, and they're still here. And another beehive. It looked empty. I mean, that was kind of a tough call. I didn't stop. I just caught it there. And hold on, I got to see which way I want to go here. This road is not even on Google Map. This road is. And then I noticed this owls. Look at these little owls, just sitting out here, beautifully carved. The wood even gives the idea, the kind of idea of feathers, and they did little marbles in the eyes, little black nose. They've got little umbrella on them. Really beautiful little owls that someone has constructed, and I don't know what this says here. It's in kanji. Someone built this little board just in the middle of the trees here. And over here, this little bridge, which caught my attention, was another little owl. Just on the side of the road. You know, someone is an artist, and this is actually a solid piece of wood. He's got a heart, like a heart here. It's a solid piece, and all he did was nail it into the ground here, attached the post for support. So I'm going to take this road and see where it leads. So I'm taking this little road up in search of owls, and I stopped for something on this in the road, and it turned out to be a brush. But check this out, little terraces. They got water down here. This is just paradise. What else is there on the planet? Little terrace here. Someone obviously is cutting the bushes and stuff. I have no GPS. I don't have any internet service out here. So I'm just blindly following the road, this little narrow road, see where it's going to take us. So the road's coming to an end. So a cistern. This is a water storage facility. There's a little path down here into the woods. And I had this very little space to turn around my car in super narrow highway. So it's a little dead end, a little village in the hills here. You know, it's really precarious driving. Just drop off on either side, very narrow roads. So that's why it's important to have a little narrow truck. This is perfect. You know, but even in this, it looks pretty precarious. And these rice paddies have been getting ready to be planted again, and I want to get the video of them being planted. Beautiful mountainside here. Down there is the main road that I leave behind, and I explore these little roads like this one going up, and I just spotted wisteria. There's wisteria there, Fuji, growing in here. So that's a great bee food right there, all in here. You know, I find it really interesting that they put them up on the side. Like, here's two more hives right here. One there, one there. And I've been staring at them for a while. And I see no bees coming out. And there's actually more coming down here. It kind of makes it hard to get up there. And here's another one. A smaller one. Here's a closer one on the road here. Little one here. Now this guy likes to, he actually puts little chunks in the bottom. Again, this one's empty too. So what I do is I just sit here for a little bit and watch and see. It's funny, I'm also noticing that they seal the top too, so no air can get up from the top. Looks like they use putty or something. So it looks like here's a couple more here. And hornets could definitely get into that. I don't know if I necessarily agree. And they're empty. You can see the leaves. If there was bees, actually in this one here, there's leaves in the entrance. They'd be clean. And even with a rain like this, bees would be coming and going. Rain, it's not raining that hard. This one has gotten some weight and it's tipped it. So obviously the beekeeper hasn't been and maybe abandoned. Who knows? This one looks like it has tape around it, so I guess not, but interesting how everyone has their own ideas about the entrance of a bee. I've been using the trunks here. I do love the fact that there's beehives everywhere. I do love that. It must be the same guy who does the sheltering. Look at that, he's got the, I like that, the windbreak. He's got he put a little entrance. Obviously he's been attacked by hornets. He's just using a back of something on the back. But by having him on the road like this, he can do what I'm doing, which is, just pull up and sit here and take a look. You know, this one actually has the base on it with little entrances. I literally at least 100 beehives that I've looked at, and size is all different. That's definitely, entrance is too big on this one here. Oh, Suzume, come and eat me. That's what that entrance there says. I mean, the Shikoku beehives, I really like the way they do theirs. Really clever. Oh, this may have bees. I saw something fly by, but alas, it may have been just a fly or something. It's kind of raining. You can see how they've. He doesn't let the. Notice how he doesn't let the tin sit on the roof for some reason. He's got 2 boards there. He also doesn't want the hive to sit on the ground. He's got 2 boards there on the bottom. That's probably so the board doesn't rot. The base board doesn't rot. Keep it off the ground, otherwise it will rot. At first I thought, well, maybe it's to keep ants out, but nah, ants will find their way in there. Has to be doing with wet rot. The roof, why he has it, I mean, he obviously has it slanted. Notice how he's got a thicker wood and a thinner wood. So basically the rain pours off on for that side. You know, he doesn't have, I would have it pouring off towards the back, so there must be a reason why he's designed it. But there's actually thought and everything gone into how he's designed this hive. I've noticed one of his hives is knocked over, so I'll take a look at it real quick. This hive is he has it over, the roof's off. So it's upside down. So it's actually, looks like it got tipped over. This is the top. This is the bottom. Maybe it got tipped over with the wind. They go like this here. It's dry inside. That's what it should be. And then obviously he's got a stone here. Put the stone on top here. But notice how he's used some sort of putty. Here's the entrance. Really, he's got, yeah. Should really be facing forward a little bit more. It's leaning back. It doesn't have a cover on it. Let's put it back a little bit. What happens, the rain's gonna hit here and run in, so let me reposition. I need 2 hands. He's got hives all in here. This is his bee on this bridge here. And kind of cool. I came off to fix that hive. He's got a little ladder here so he can get up and down. But look at his little bee, his little apiary, Japanese apiary. No bees so far. But he's obviously, he's a bee farmer or a beekeeper. I don't know how he gets this one up here. But he's using this old bridge basically as a way to, you know, shelter them. Just came across this little house, and I have to ask someone what this says in kanji. But looks like a little summer house or something. Maybe it was the beekeeper's house. Maybe it's just a guest house for the community, if someone could come and stay. Out here, nowhere. And there's beehives. This is the road where all the beehives are on. You can see one up there, empty. All the beehives. This is like the apiary up here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the video here. It's 19 minutes. And continue on my trip in search of bees here in Shikoku, Japan. I'm headed up to figure out where this, what this Okira or something, Okira what that is at the end of the road has a marker. So I'm checking that out, and I'll make another video, but I'm going to end this one here.